that series as well too. And most of the time, the best fighters are going to get found even before this. Isn't like you're finding diamonds in the rough like it used to be at this point. Now you're kind of loading the roster. What they did this year is they got it half of the roster's prospects, guys who are looking to make their name. The other half of the contestants are actually guys who have fought in the UFC before but got cut for one reason or another. A couple of them are actually previous Ultimate Fighter winners. So it's vets first prospects. I think that's a fun twist and unique feel to it as well. Plus, it has the one thing that every season needs. It needs to have coaches that people give a you-know-what about. Doesn't mean they have to be champions. Doesn't mean they have to be the best in the world. They just have to be captivating at some point. My favorite season of all time was John Jones and Chael Sonnen. That one was, when you look at the fighters from that one, pretty good set that came out of it. They didn't even talk trash the entire time. They were actually very respectful, but it was compelling, just those two personalities. So here you have Conor McGregor and Michael Chandler. They fit perfectly. Conor McGregor, obviously, as compelling as it gets. You don't need that every single time, just like you don't need a world champion to coach every single time, but finding a compelling coach and a compelling storyline with the fighters, because fighting is a very individualistic sport. You get invested in that one person. If you have no investment to them, it can be sometimes harder to get into. In this situation, these are all, for lack of better terms, nobodies, except for to the local regional scenes. So having something like this, someone they're invested in as a coach, get invested in their team and their fighter, then you watch through. It gets interesting at that point. So this one has a good idea to kind of bring a little bit of hype back to the show, which, by the way, too, they don't need to do the show every year or multiple times a year. They should treat this one like how sports fans want the EA Sports to treat Madden. We don't need one every year. We just need you to get it right every couple of years. So if you released it every 2 years, but it was right, we'd be fine. Just give us a roster update. And then if the Ultimate Fighter does something like this every couple of years, finds the right coaching matchup, the right set of prospects, something like this that could kind of bring a little bit of life back to it. I'm actually intrigued, so I'll definitely be watching episode 2 and watching forward to see how it goes. Because as long as every fight's not going to end in 11 seconds like the first episode did. We waited 55 minutes and through 9 commercials to see a Vine. So hopefully the rest of the season doesn't quite go like that.
Hey, that was a fantastic 9-punch sequence, though.
Yeah, I mean, 6 of them, the guy was already dead. But I digress. But so definitely I'm going to be keeping an eye on it as well, too. And I think they might have found a formula to keep it a little bit interesting, at least for this season. I'm curious to see if they keep doing it or if they just start trying to pump them out like they did for a while there.
I mean, Conor McGregor seems to be the ultimate formula for the UFC at this point in time.
If you need eyes, he's the guy to do it as well too. So he's the end all be all. He's the ultimate. He's the big red button, and they picked a good time to break it out.